All right, got a little ahead of myself before, but Ian, who are you rolling out at quarterback this week? What's the chalk? What's the fade? And who do you like?
Yeah, man, I'm looking at Matthew Stafford as the chalk. His price tag is pretty low, I think, especially once we take into consideration some of these guys that might not have as much to play for. But he's absolutely shredded the Packers the last 2 seasons, 340-plus yards and multiple touchdowns in 3 straight games. Gets a defense that really hasn't impressed anyone all year, and we got injury questions with Clay Matthews and Nick Perry. And, yeah, I mean, I'd rather not spend up a quarterback most weeks, so he's under 65K, thinking a lot of people are going to be all over that. Fade, I know I'm on a Patriots-friendly podcast, but I don't know, man. Tom Brady hasn't been showing up later in the year against division opponents. Pretty crazy splits. I know some of this has to do with those 2-drive games where Garoppolo comes in and kind of ruins things. But, I mean, Brady's averaging 27 DraftKings points per game against his division in October, September. That's dropped all the way to 15 in November through December. So just the upside isn't there. I mean, it makes sense when you're playing a team for the second time in the season that they're going to be better off. And, I think we've seen at least enough from the Jets to maybe think that they won't get completely rolled over. Leads me to my pick. I'm going even cheaper than Matthew Stafford, going down to Jacoby Brissett. He showed us some. I thought he played all right in the middle of the season. He and Ty have just had the most brutal 4-game stretch recently. I mean, they got Jacksonville, they got Denver, Baltimore. Their Buffalo game came in a snowstorm, so you can't really take anything from that. But yeah, man. So now if we're going home, Houston's got the league's worst scoring defense. We know Brissett's got a floor, so we'll get to wide receivers later. But that Brissett T.Y. Hilton stack is exactly what I'm looking at.
Very cool. I just want to clarify before we move on to Jimmy's pick. This is not 100% a Patriot-friendly podcast. Just there are some parties involved that are amazing Patriot homers. Jimmy, quarterback. Agree, disagree? Something completely off the ranch? What do you got?
I like Kirk Cousins a lot this week. He's my guy at 62. I like that they're playing the Giants. The Giants are, as we've seen, really terrible. Landon Collins is out. Janoris Jenkins out. So, that team's they're depleted, and they need to lose because they want to lock up that number 2 pick. So, Kirk actually looked pretty good against your Denver Broncos, Nat, as most quarterbacks have done. And I like what they're doing.
No-fly zone.
So, yeah, the no-fly zone. I like Kirk a lot this week for only 62.
Wolf?
I actually have the Brissett T.Y. Hilton stack in both of my lineups I've created so far. I absolutely love that one. He had 21 last time he faced Houston, and Houston gets bombed by everybody, so I'm not scared of them. I am intrigued, though, by Pat Mahomes, 4,700, facing this no-fly zone defense that doesn't really exist anymore. He's going to be probably without some of his top weapons. I know Kareem Hunt will probably be reduced, if not sacked completely. Tyreek Hill probably won't get a ton of snaps. I would love if he played that. I'd love to see that cannon arm and Tyreek just hook up. But Mahomes is very intriguing to me, especially with the rushing upside and different things at 4,700. And then even Sean Marion for the Rams, if he gets the full game start, I know obviously it's disgusting and you're like, what? Why would you ever consider it? But he's only 4,500. So when you can get a quarterback at 4,500 and he's facing the 49ers, I don't know. Maybe there's tons of just upside guys at receiver I love this week that I might punt quarterback completely. Go with a guy like Marion, who I could see pulling a 16, 17-point day out of his ass. And at 4,500, what more can you look for? So those are just a couple cheap names I'm considering too.
Yeah, you say that, but you watch if the 49ers decide to put Jimmy G on defense. He will completely shut them down. All right.
Very true.
Let's talk. Can we talk about Jimmy G for a minute? I mean,
he's fucking unreal, huh?
Italian baby goat.
Seriously.
Guy's 7-0.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
7-0 career starter against the vaunted Jaguars D, too, the most elite D in the league.
Hung 44 on the Jags. Are you kidding me?
It's impressive stuff. Now, the only thing I am now is furious we only got a second-round pick for the guy.
Just about to say, man, what's that all about? He's worth at least 2 of those now.